Hello and welcome to The Untold. This is the show where we sit with great people, great individuals. We talk all about their experiences, whatever they have to offer us. I'm your host, Abdullah Al-Hindiani, and I'm with my colleague.
Marzouk is Said, and now we are in summertime, and I think in summertime it's a good time to learn a new activity or new martial art.
Yeah, summer with such heat, it's always a great time to get beat as well, right? Two birds with one stone.
Hopefully not so hard,
Yeah.
maybe like in a gentle way, but however, martial art depends and requires that you get hit so you can learn to avoid in the future, get stronger, and also build your confidence. For that, we have an awesome, interesting guest today.
Yeah, we do. We have Mr. Nam, who is a Taekwondo instructor. He's working here in Kuwait, and I believe he's been here for, I think, more than 20 years.
More than 20 years?
Yeah, according to the
Wow.
research our producers had. So he has a great story to tell. He had such a journey, and hopefully he's going to enlighten us all about, Taekwondo.
For that, to learn more about Mr. Nam and his journey from Korea to Kuwait with Taekwondo, stay tuned for the episode. We are back, our dear viewers, with an awesome guest. He's actually a Taekwondo teacher. Welcome to the show, Mr. Nam.
Thank you. Yeah,
How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm okay.
I think, all nervous guests are kind of, the first few minutes, you're going to forget all about the people, the cameras, and everything, and you're going to be fine. So, just
Okay.
probably
I
take
hope
my
so.
word for it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. And I think it's customary on the Untold is that we always try to go way further back, right? Like, how was your childhood? How did you grow up? Just talk us through your beginnings.
Okay. Oh, my childhood. Actually, I grew up at Gwangju City, the located in south part of Korea,
Okay.
and then I was so weak, and then physically,
Physically.
yes,
You mean like thin or...
yeah, thin and then very small child. Yeah,
So-
that is my childhood.
Like was people like maybe like saying some sort of names on you, stuff like that? Is that what you mean
Actually,
by...
yeah, it's original from my name is like Kunkyoung Nam, so that's why if there is some Korean the word they gonna change my name, and then to like 국자. 국자 means like there is big spoon,
Big spoon?
Oh,
Yes, yes. So in that time, it's my childhood just like I was ordinary.
Okay. And did it kind of change with times? Like, was there any interest, any hobbies that you draw into?
In that time, I'm not sure. I didn't have any like idea of my childhood, and then I'm just doing like what my parents they want, and then also like my teacher said to me, and then I just follow them.
And during that time, of course, there was like maybe a moment in your life where you said like, no, that's what Nam want and that's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
What was that moment and what you wanted to do? What was your dream?
I'm a really good student for it's like academy.
Academy?
Yeah, so that's why I just I want to be like maybe doctor or some scientist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Helping people.
Yes.
and then
yes.
what made you go into Taekwondo?
Actually, as I told you, I was so weak.
Yeah.
So that's why my father's recommendation, and then I went to the taekwondo gym at first time, because my father's like plans, like he opened the taekwondo gym in Korea. It's at my hometown, so that's why I went there, and then I was started when I was 10.
From 10?
Yeah, 10 years old.
Mashallah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how was the first time you were in Taekwondo? Like, what you have learned
It
about
was a bit
yourself?
scary. Yeah.
A bit scary.
Yeah, because atmosphere is totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it like to get a strike from someone?
Yeah,
Or...
and then also like discipline and everything is like very severe. It's like very hard time, because a hard time for all. That generation is older times. Like, they, just master one day. Sometimes like master is like pissed off,
Yeah.
and then they're gonna hit me, and then without reason, you know.
And I know that for a lot of, is it dojang
Yes.
or dojos or like
Dojo.
a lot of martial arts places for new students, they like to be extra hard on them.
Yes, extra hard because we don't know much about this martial art, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why even just like for me also like I was so weak, and then I tried to, just follow them. It was really hard, but I didn't even like know that how can I catch them?
Yeah.
Be in their level, you mean?
Yes, level up. Yeah.
Sometimes
for
there, like,
myself.
there are some tricky movements that you do, like a double. Right?
Yes,
You have a
yes.
double kick, and you also like have Ryzen, I think they call
Yes,
it,
yes.
where you have like to stretch your legs very up, you know.
Well, I could never do that. Yeah. I'll probably just fall backwards if I do that.
I will show you if you guys want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe after.
Yeah, after that. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna have a doctor nearby for me and Marzouk.
Just in case.
So we just fall or happen. Yeah. And I want to go back to you got into Taekwondo at 10 years old, and mashallah, you're still doing it. So from 10 years old, what made you still be on Taekwondo, right?
Actually, at first time, I don't know. Just like I didn't even like notice in that time. Like I became a Taekwondo master.
Oh,
But when I used to do it, I realized that like there is some I will get some more confidence.
yeah.
And then for everything, because I will reach the like my goal, small goal, and then just others. So that's why I really like it after that.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. And what have you learned from Taekwondo besides like kicks and strike? What have you learned?
Actually,
About
Taekwondo is
yourself?
not only physical things, like also like mentally is
Yeah.
getting stronger.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And what brought you initially to Kuwait? How did that come along?
Actually, this is a long story. I came to Kuwait 2002.
2002.
Before that, like my Taekwondo institute, there are lots of foreigners.
Oh,
Yeah. So I used to teach them. But in that time, just I met two Kuwaiti boys.
Kuwaiti?
Yes.
back in Korea.
Yes, back in
Oh,
Korea in that time.
Yeah.
That shows dedication for
Yeah.
Kuwaiti
Yeah,
to
yeah.
study abroad.
But they were really good and then good attitude. So before that, like I didn't even know much. I didn't know much about the Kuwait
Yeah.
because Kuwait is like one country is in the Middle East. That's
Yeah.
it. But they impressed me a lot, and then this is my first impression of Kuwait. At the same time, just like Kuwait ministry sector, like offer me to come to Kuwait as a
Oh, they give you an
instructor.
offer?
Yes, yes.
That's really awesome.
Because my colleague, when I came to Kuwait in that time, just one of my previous colleague, he's used to work for the Kuwait Police Academy.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's why I just I sent them like my resume and everything as I was waiting for year.
Acceptance.
I was
took
waiting
1
for year. Yes. So after all of a sudden, like they came to me and then you have to come. So I came here.
But didn't you think of like twice about coming to Kuwait, or was it like, okay, I'm gonna go?
Pardon? I don't get your point.
Yes. Have you like think twice or maybe like 3 times before you come to Kuwait?
No, in that time, at the same time, I got an offer from Canada and Kuwait. But as I told you, like two Kuwait boys like
you.
gave me really good opportunity to knowing about Kuwait.
Yeah.
So that's why I decided.
and how was that experience? Coming to a new country, teaching in another completely different culture, language, and everything. How was that first time?
Culturally, like I didn't have any difficulties
Oh,
because when I came here, before, as I told you, like I had like many foreign students, right?
Yeah.
And then also like Arabic and some other nationalities. So that's why I used to I just familiar with foreign like trainees. So I totally fine. I'm totally fine. But one of my colleague, he said to me like, you can speak in English, even just like I'm not speak good English speaker.
Yeah.
But anyway, just I will actually I look forward to my English speaking skill also like developing.
Yeah.
This is my my
Second language.
plan. Yes. So I can create, but the problem is actually I couldn't do speak English because almost all my students in police academy they couldn't speak English very well.
So it was a challenge for
Yeah,
you
so
and
that's
also
why
for the
I
students.
come into got into the language center of Arabic language. Yeah.
To
so,
communicate easier with them.
yeah. So very funny story I have. So one day, I asked my student, like, what is your name? And he said to me, like, my name is Hamud. Okay.
Okay.
But because he's like naughty. He was naughty boy.
Yeah.
So that's why I reported his name to my management. But after a while, I realized that his name is not Hamud. Actually, Khalid.
Oh.
Because I didn't read Arabic in that
Yeah.
time at first stage. So that's why I determined to got into the language center.
Is that so you don't fail him?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. So that's why after that, I determined and then got into the language course. I can read Arabic, so no more.
No
They
more.
cannot,
So
right.
if they say their name, now you can write
Yeah,
read
yeah.
their name.
Because they always attach their name.
Name tag.
Yes, name. Yeah, name tags.
So that probably another student was called Hamoud who didn't do anything, but it was punished instead
Yes,
of the first
yes. As kind of punishment, in Kuwait Police Academy,
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to go back and talk about your role as a teacher. Like, what is the most important thing that you try to teach and pass on to the students?
Actually, as for me, competence.
Confidence.
Yes. Because some of them is very very calm, but some of them very is hyper and then
Aggressive.
yeah,
at times.
aggressive. So that's why it's competence is most important, and then plus it's kind of discipline, following up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Resilience, you mean?
Yeah.
Like if you have any obstacle, you will stand again
Yes,
and
yes.
then face the obstacle again and again.
Yes.
Don't give up.
Yes. Don't give up. Yeah, this is most important.
Yeah.
Of course, and that's I think the main thing that helped you to reach this level, to come to Kuwait, to learn Taekwondo is that you didn't give up.
Yes.
And some of our viewers right now, they didn't give up as well. And don't give up on this episode. We're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna be back.
And we're back with Mr. Nam, who's a Taekwondo teacher. And I want to ask you because before the break, you emphasized, the idea that for a lot of students, you'd like to pass on the aspect of confidence, right? So I want to ask you, is Taekwondo a more physical kind of sport, or is it more about the mental side of it?
Actually, I think it's both. It's
Okay.
combination is most important because everyone just simply thinking about the taekwondo is only physical
Yeah.
way to practice, but it's not
Or
because
taking revenge.
Yes, because taekwondo is especially taekwondo is mainly three part.
Yeah.
And then we call it sport. Taekwondo sport is sparring. Sparring means competition. They take part in the competition, and then they're going to there is some opponent, and then I will beat him like this. But second part is we call it pumse, Taekwondo pums.
Okay.
This is kind of
Self mastery.
no, actually, this is there are lots of regulations, so we can follow up, and then we do practice by ourselves,
Okay.
So
Is
so
it
we
like
call
a-
it taekwondo forms, and then when they reach the black belt, in that time just we used to practice for self defense, So this is three, so that means for example, there are super extra physical abilities, but he lost his mind very easily.
Yeah.
That means he couldn't do anything.
He can't control.
Yes, he can control it. That means he couldn't do anything.
Is that similar to kata?
Yeah.
When you practice
Yeah,
kata?
it's kata. Yes, you are right. Actually, in Japanese karate, we call it kata. This is same as
movements.
yeah.
Kata,
yeah,
Abdullah, is moves that we
Yes,
do
yes.
to have control of
Yes.
over our emotions and control of
Strengths,
our movements.
yeah, balance,
defense.
everything. Yes,
Is it
you're
called
right.
Kata?
Kata, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we call it pumse. Taekwondo pumse.
Oh,
Yes.
In Korea.
Yeah, in Korea pumse.
In Japan, kata.
Kata. Yes.
Kata.
Oh, okay.
Because kata is more famous, in Taekwondo clubs here.
As far as I know, it's not because in especially in Arab countries, they are famous for karate. Because so that's why I came here. I didn't notice about the even just Korean taekwondo is already established in Olympic Games, Asian Games, very big
And even in video games.
Yeah, yeah,
The game
yeah.
Tekken.
But karate is more popular in Kuwait. So that's why my goal is like spread out in Korean Taekwondo.
So is for someone like me who doesn't know a lot about Taekwondo and karate, what is Taekwondo?
Taekwondo is Korean martial art.
Oh,
Yeah.
does it use kicks or
Yes, yes.
throws or grapplings or
Yes.
punches? So
Actually, Taekwondo means like same like kickboxing because
Oh,
we
okay.
used to using our
Our
fist
hands.
and then my
so
foot.
you're allowed to use your kicks as well.
Yes, kicks
Okay.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During training the participants in your club, was there someone that you find he was doing really good and he was like surprise you with his growth?
Actually, so many. But for instance, like I'm gonna tell you guys one thing. Oh, one person, like same age as me.
Okay.
1 year ago, I met Mr. Mohammed in my Taekwondo gym, and then he requested me to like I want to practice with you. But I thought that like he would give up very soon.
Because it's very hard.
Yeah,
training.
because even just like his age group and everything, I thought even just before there are many like young generation group, they just approached me and then I want to do taekwondo practice, but they quit very easily. I don't know why, but I thought that like he would give up, but he never give ups. So till now, just he used to practice.
Yeah.
And then he got the black belt.
Oh, mashallah.
Yeah. And then also like he knows him so he made me some motivated and then also surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what do you do or how do you deal with students who want to give up?
Actually, this is still I have an issue for these things actually.
Yeah.
Because everyone has a different point of view and a different ability, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I will keep reconsidering for my student as per his or her concern.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will think about it. I will figure it out as soon as possible.
And is that a problem? Like a lot of students do give up because they find the sport hard or something?
Especially like
Yeah.
adult session, like they never give up because they are really addicted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the game.
Yeah. So yeah, addicted to the game, and then
They want to
some other
compete
yes,
and win
yes.
medals.
Yes, but actually, my kids, actually, I couldn't get some reason
Yeah.
because sometimes they feel bored, it's easily give up, and then they're gonna make a story to tell to their parents.
Their
You know
parents,
that.
yeah.
To not come to
So
the
it's
club.
really hard to get
Their
what's the
attention.
point actually. What is the problem actually?
Yeah.
So we were talking about like the motivation that you use for the kids sometimes, for the adults, but for you on daily basis, what motivates you to keep going?
Actually, all my trainings like motivate me a lot because frankly, I'm nobody without my trainees, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why they
They give you
always
inspiration.
gave me inspiration and then
And
motivate.
I think that's going to resonate with a lot of people is that the things we do is what we are, right? It's the things that we're proud of. Yeah. And I want to go back to you as a teacher because I know you said that for a lot of students, especially the younger ones, the kids, they quickly give up and they tell their parents. So if you can change that, how can we convince kids? Because martial arts is a very important sport. Like you said, it added confidence. So how could we motivate more students to get into it?
Yeah, this is my assignment actually.
Oh,
yeah,
okay, yeah.
assignment.
It's the
because
homework.
it's really hard to because I will not adopt it for everyone. You
Yeah.
know, because different way to approach them, right? So that's why I will study on that and
Yeah.
I will figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my assignment.
Yeah, and I
till now.
think it's an important assignment because martial arts is very important and it develops strength, it develops courage, it develops confidence for a lot of young kids, especially nowadays because kids are all at home all the time. They're watching computers.
Yes.
They're afraid of the outer world. Yeah.
Was there a moment where you felt very proud or you felt like a lot of achievements?
As for me, I've got achievement every day.
Every day?
Yeah, every day from my trainees. Yeah.
Like when you see them, they are growing and
Yes,
are doing
yes,
great.
yes.
It's for you. It's
Yeah,
like achievement.
automatically. They couldn't feel that, but just like I can see that. You know, they are growing up all the time. Yeah.
And
That's
have
really
your
cool.
yeah. Now, speaking of students, have they competed internationally?
Unfortunately, not now.
Okay.
Actually, because I opened the gym only 2.5 years. So yeah, I will do that. I will do that
Yeah.
near future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks. Hopefully. And you've also mentioned that you first, when you came to Kuwait, you worked as an instructor at police academy. So how is it different teaching kids at the dojo and dojano, and then for police academy?
Actually, there are big gaps.
Okay.
But police academy is like on duty, on
Yeah.
their duty.
Yeah.
So that's why it's very a small percentage they are interested about taekwondo.
Oh, okay.
But just my place, actually my gyms, the students they are concerning about taekwondo, and then they are really interested about.
Yeah.
So this is totally different.
Yeah.
And
So-
motivation plays a huge role.
Yes, yes. And then also like when I work for the police academy in that time, just I used to focus on the like self defense. We call it defiant naps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But nowadays I focus on the original taekwondo. It's like all of things like into the one pack.
Yeah.
And then we used to practice kicking and then pumse, and then also like sometimes self defense. Yeah.
Are there any special rituals or routines that you do before you go to the session to help you be focused and ready for the day?
As for me, like meditation.
Meditation.
Yeah,
You
it's good
meditate
for me.
before you go.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because today also like some of them they couldn't follow them up. Just my teams, especially group session.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them they are really like very slow to reach the goal. So that's why before like class, I used to do meditating for a while. And
So
then-
meditating help you like to be patient
Yes.
through the day.
Yes.
And before you come to the show, did you do any meditation?
No.
No? You were relaxed.
Yes, this is relax.
Okay.
I'm really happy to be here, and then you guys made me feel relaxed.
Oh yeah,
It's
thank you.
okay.
We are
Yeah.
so pleased to have you actually.
Yeah. You honestly, you don't look nervous at all. So. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I want to go back to yourself as a teacher, because I know we've spoken about, the rituals to do before going to the taekwondo and stuff. And for someone who wants to get into taekwondo, they're nervous, they are afraid. What do you tell them, right?
Actually, some of them like request me to like I want to join your taekwondo session, but just I feel like very nervous.
Yeah.
Sometimes like they gave me a direct message, but always I said to them like please try your best. It's okay. Feel free to come and then just try it, and then you can decide to be continue or not.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's
Because,
a good message.
They don't need to hesitate and then nervous.
And I think that's
Because
a great
they don't know,
sure.
Yeah.
That's really a great message. Like there are a lot of parents right now, also like teenagers who are having summer break and they are watching the show. So if you want to try something, just go and try it physically
yes.
before you judge. Because judging will never get you anywhere,
Yes,
but
you're right.
trying will
Yeah.
give you a better idea.
Yeah. And especially martial arts, because I know for a lot of people, they're afraid that their kids are going to get hurt. But they use a lot of safety precautions, right?
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, they have.
So when I was young, in that time, just they don't care about like some injuries and
It
Yeah.
was tough, huh?
hurt himself. But nowadays, it's not allowed.
Yeah.
Even just I will keep watching to my kids session. So that's why it's really like safe.
Yeah, because I know you have to give them the guards, right? The arm
Yes,
guards, the leg
yes,
guards, and the
yes.
arm guards. Yeah.
So after this journey in Taekwondo, journey in discovering yourself, moving from Korea, coming to Kuwait, what does success mean to you by now?
As I told you, actually, my goal is, well, you guys already told me that, like, in Kuwait, the karate is more popular than taekwondo.
So you want to make like the Korean culture.
Yes. Especially
Martial
these
arts
days,
more
like,
popular.
there are lots of Kuwait people and then also like Arab people, they love Korean culture. And then taekwondo is my profession is taekwondo is also like, kind of Korean culture.
We can blame Karate Kid for that, the movie. Because I think all people know karate from that movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. If
Do
it
you
was-
know that actually that mix up, there are some the taekwondo moves,
Maybe
Oh.
the next movie should be Taekwondo Kid.
the Taekwondo kid, yeah.
I hope so, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, so Taekwondo, I think I'm remembering, that's the Olympic sport you mentioned where they wear the guards and they have to score by the kicks right to the body.
Yes.
That's the Taekwondo one. Right. I think now I got it. Yeah.
Now here you are in Kuwait, Taekwondo teacher, instructor, inspiring a lot of kids, inspiring a lot of generations.
I really hope so, yeah.
Yeah.
If I can do
what
that.
are like one final message you would like to share to the people that are watching us, parents or kids or teenagers?
Actually, I'm athlete. So actually, my message is very simple. But there are lots of people like they already know they do something else. For example, like for themselves, like physical things. Almost all of them, they just like register for fitness gym, and some of them they gonna go to boxing club and
Yeah.
kickboxing, whatever they want, and then they just try.
Just try it.
Yeah. Don't hesitate,
Yeah.
and then don't be nervous.
Of course.
Yeah.
And your story summarized this concept actually. You tried your best. You said in the beginning that you felt weak. You felt not having the confidence. So you tried Taekwondo. You become better at it.
Yes.
And then you develop confidence. You try to be a Taekwondo instructor.
Yeah.
And now you are inspiring a lot of kids, trainers across the globe. Thank you so much for being with us today now. It was really a great honor and a pleasure to have you in the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. And until next time, we're going to take a quick break and then we're going to be back.
Unfortunately, that was all of the time we've had on The Untold. We've had Mr. Nam, who had a great story to tell.
A great story that built from thinking that he was weak and how he wanted to change that reality
Yeah.
and make it something different, build a different story. And that's the power of story, that we don't have to be what other people say, because what other people say at the end, they are just an opinion. It's not a reality.
Yeah, and I love how he emphasized that, for him being in such a sport heavy kind of field that works on combat and, martial arts, he emphasized that the main reason he wants to teach students is grow confidence, right? The mental aspect of it was more important than the physical part of it.
Mentality is what shape our reality. So if you are strong mentally, then unconditionally you are strong as well physically.
Yeah.
So next time, don't only focus on one side or the other. Try to have a combination between your physical power and your mental power as well.
Well said. I couldn't have said it better. And with that, I think we're going to wrap The Untold for today, and we're going to see you on the next one.
Hopefully learning by some new activity or martial art skill that can help you to develop and boost confidence. See you later.